Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly reading. Let's jump right into this pre-shuffle. Opens in an interesting place with the Hanged Man, right? This idea of being put in a position that's uncomfortable, right? Deliberately taking a position that's uncomfortable to gain enlightenment. That's what this light around this person's head is. There's some kind of change in perspective that's happening that's deeply profound. Underneath this, we have the Three of Cups, and I'm not surprised to see this here given the themes that have been coming through in most of my readings. This Three of Cups has been coming up as important, and it seems to mean, it has been meaning, who do I reconcile with, right? Who do I reconcile with? Who do I spend my time with? Who do I share with emotionally, right? Someone's perspective on this is changing. I think for some of you, something has happened that's put you in this uncomfortable position, and you're looking at everything in a new light. And the most important question has become, who do I reconcile with? Yeah, things are off balance here with this Two of Pentacles. Someone might be feeling a bit overwhelmed, juggling a lot. There's a lot to do, a lot to think about, but also a lot of material things to maybe get in order, right? A lot of juggling. Someone's feeling overwhelmed. And here we have the Star, right? Hope, aspirations, also energy of healing, right? That's what I'm getting off of this. Hangman and the Star together, that there's someone feels, there's something has happened. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's what's coming through. Yeah, something has happened. Something triggered this Hangman. It wasn't, someone just saying, oh, I think I'll go meditate. Something happened, and I think it's to do with this star, because remember that the star comes right after the Tower, right? Every now and again, when the star shows up, I get the impression that a tower happened, and that's what this feels like to me. It feels like the aftermath of a tower. Yeah, someone was holding on to someone or something that wasn't good for them. Yeah, and something has happened. Yeah, something's shifting. Here with this Three of Wands, like ships are coming in, but it's more than that. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's to do with this Four of Pentacles. Whatever's wrong and whatever is changing has to do with someone who's been holding on to something maybe they shouldn't have been holding on to. Yeah, I get the impression that somebody may be forced to let go of this. Somebody may be forced to let go of this. I don't know what that means, right? Circumstances might change so much that whether or not somebody wants to, they have to let go of whatever this situation is. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right, let me shuffle a bit more before I cut the deck, right? And see where this goes. This is not what I was expecting. Because this Hangman energy did come out at the beginning of the year in January. The Hangman and the Hermit were very important. This idea of somebody changing their perspective, somebody doing that internal work with the Hermit, right? Growing, maturing, becoming wiser. And I remember when I posted that reading, the warning that came through was, please don't try and skip these steps, right? Don't try and skip the Hangman. Don't try and pay it short shrift. Like, do the work, right? Because there's a powerful energy of change at work, and cycles are closing now, right? So I think there may be someone here who has been holding on to a situation that maybe isn't the best, or maybe it's somebody who's connected to you, right? Is holding on to something that's not the best. And yeah, something has happened. I don't know what. The energy is a bit vague around them. But something has happened, and it's forcing that Hangman energy, right? It might be forcing that Hermit energy too. That card hasn't shown up. But I'm seeing it as those two energies having to work together to get somebody out of this, whatever this is, right? shuffle a bit more and cut the deck. Before I cut the deck, let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, it's this Ace of Cups. Whatever's happening is emotional, right? Whatever's happening is emotional. It's setting off a new emotional beginning, right? I think someone's emotions are flowing much more freely than they used to. That's another meaning of that Three of Cups that showed up in the pre-shuffle, right? Who do I reconcile with? Who do I pour into? Who do I let pour into me? I think someone made a mistake about that in the past, right? Yeah, the King of Pentacles, something to do with stability, right? Yeah, somebody invested in something they thought would be stable, right? I'm getting less of a person here and more of an energy of stability. Right? This doesn't feel too much like a person to me. It feels more like just something that represents stability. For most people, it's going to be a home, some kind of commitment related to that, probably. Yeah, someone invested with pentacles in mind, and because they didn't take the cups into account, I think something is going wrong now. Yeah, here's that stable environment. Here's that stable environment. Yeah, this Four of Wands here with the King of Pentacles, right? Somebody tried to create this. Somebody tried to create this, but yeah, something was wrong, right? It wasn't as big as it looked. It wasn't as strong as or as stable as it looked. It wasn't the King of Pentacles. It was only a page, right? Interesting, because I'm saying I'm not getting a person clearly. It's more like this is maturity and immaturity. It's more like characteristics, right? So they thought they were investing in a mature person. They weren't. They were investing with a page, right? Yeah, and here's the tower. There's the tower that I talked about. Here's the tower. Yeah, and this is what it's striking, right? This is what it's striking, the Ten of Cups. This Ten of Cups isn't real, right? The way I see this card sometimes is a bit different. Even when it's upright and even when it's, quote unquote positive, right? It's supposed to represent, total contentment. It's an apex card. Satisfaction, contentment, happy ending, true love, right? There's a fairy tale quality to it, right? The problem with fairy tales is that there's often an element of fantasy attached to it, right? And whenever I see this rainbow, sometimes I think, this is not solid, right? I call it the light show sometimes. Someone is projecting something for other people's consumption. That's what's been happening here, and the tower has struck this, right? Someone thought they were investing with someone with the characteristics of a King of Pentacles. They were investing with someone with the characteristics of a page, right? Yeah, this Four of Wands, right, is supposed to be a stable place, right? It's where the road to the Ten of Pentacles begins, right? And it's supposed to be, the King of Pentacles energy is supposed to come into this somewhere to help guide these people on this path, right? It was always just a page. It was always just a page. Somebody here may have been bamboozled quite badly, right? To be able to mistake these or had the wool pull over their eyes, or maybe somebody just had rose-colored glasses on, they refused to take off, I don't know what. This is a big difference, right? A page and a king, it's a huge difference in energy. There's a knight and a queen in between here, right? So if this is resonating, this is an important question, right? What happened here? What is this lack of discernment about, right? How did this page get people to think it was a king, right? How did that happen? It's to do with this Ace of Cups in part, right? Suppressing something emotional, like not allowing emotions to play a strong enough role. Yeah, too practical, too logical maybe, right? Yeah, it's something to do with emotions, because this is an emotional card. It is about stability. It is about, marriage even, right? And community. But it's more of an emotional card, right? It's about people who care about each other coming together. But there are too many pentacles at play, right? Pentacles were too much of the focus, right? And I think the emotional connections that have to be here and have to be in that Ten of Pentacles as well weren't here, right? Somebody couldn't see how small this all was. Wow. Let's cut the deck. I'm gonna pull a Celtic cross and see what comes out. Okay. Yeah, cycle is closing the world. That's exactly what I was talking about, right? The hangman, that work needs to be done so this cycle can close, right? The energy for a very major life cycle to close is here, right? But it for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, it's a particularly difficult cycle for most people. A lot of work has to be done to take advantage of this energy. It's a tough hill to climb. Yeah, this is what comes afterwards, right? Very balanced energy, the Empress, abundance, right? Things coming towards you, not having to maybe scratch and claw and fight so hard. You know, we've been coming out of a difficult time with this pandemic and the economic issues around it, right? This is saying that abundance is coming for some people after this, right? When this cycle closes, but you have to do the work. That hangman, right? You can't skip that step. Yeah. Here's a passionate new beginning here with the Ace of Wands. Right? And then there's that hermit, right? There's that hermit. Yeah, that knowledge, that wisdom you gain, right? It's going to allow you to it's going to guide this Page of Wands as it explores new territory, right? Yeah. Yeah, so this hermit has to be in place already, right? So that very first monthly reading I did for the year, for January, I talk about the hermit and the hangman, and they're showing up here in this weekly reading at the beginning of February, right? As a reminder, this hermit needs to be in place to guide this Page of Wands when this new beginning shows up, right? All right, this is the overall energy of the world. The cycle is closing. I think it's starting to happen, right? If it hasn't already, right? These readings are technically timeless, so whenever you find them, it's when you're meant to find them. But what's been coming through is that when these messages do find you, the window of time is it's starting to close, right? Not to put pressure on people, but these energies do not last forever, right? So it's just a reminder that, you know, to put the work in and to be focused on making positive changes and heading towards these new beginnings. All right, what's the issue here? Oh my goodness, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, remember I said things are changing? Yeah, this Wheel of Fortune was coming out early in the year when I first started talking about this energy of change. It's an energy of soon, right? It's a timing energy, right? It's here to say, yeah, the time is close, the time is near. It might be right on top of us, right? What's the issue? What's the challenge? I beg your pardon. What's the challenge here? Wow. More major arcana, the Hierophant. This is about ascension, I think, the higher learning. It's a card of graduation, right? You made it. Here's your diploma, right? You put the work in. It's here. Wow. Right? Oh my goodness. So, what's on somebody's mind? What's the crown of the reading? There's that Page of Cups. Very small energy compared to these major arcana, right? Very small energy. Remember I said that Page of Pentacles was managed to present itself as a King of Pentacles? This is why, I think. Remember I said the cup, something was off with the cups? This is what was off with the cups. There's a fish in this cup, right? So I think this is on somebody's mind because someone's putting together the ruse that was played with that, you know, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles kind of trickery, right? I think this is hindsight. I think someone's looking back at the ways in which they were manipulated emotionally, right? In that Four of Wands, right? Whatever, for most people, it's going to be a home, but it's a place that's really secure and provides like a feeling of community, right? But for most people, that's a home. So someone's been emotionally manipulated and they're thinking about that, right? And for some of you, this Hierophant, it's here as a challenge because that relationship in that Four of Wands is a marriage or something very similar. It's a high level of commitment, right? And it's coming through as a challenge here. But that kind of graduation energy, it's here. I think it's more powerful. So it's saying maybe someone's realized something about their commitment or their marriage, right? Okay. So what's the root of the reading, please? What's happening in someone's life? Strength. More major arcana, right? This is going to be a big reading, right? Someone is gathering the internal fortitude to do something. To me, this is coming through mainly as a card of impetus, of kind of forward movement. Someone's been stuck. I don't know why I'm getting like this image of somebody moving a boulder, right? I don't usually see strength as kind of brute force, but it's almost like emotional brute force here. Somebody has been stuck for a while, they've been stagnant for a while, there's a lot of inertia to overcome. Yeah, someone's building up, someone's using all their strength to try to change something, I think, to try to move forward. Yeah, someone's pushing a heavy boulder out of the way, right? What's in their recent past? Ace of Pentacles, a stable new beginning. Yeah, somebody realizes that this is here and they're doing something now to try and get things moving, right? There's a new beginning coming in, but taking advantage of it is going to be difficult for some reason. It's not entirely clear why. But the Ace of Pentacles is good. It's almost a major arcana card. It's one of the more powerful cards of the minor arcana. It's the most stable new beginning, right? That can show up. All right, so what's in the near future? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, someone's heading towards independence. Yeah, this Hierophant is a challenge because where it's representing a commitment or a marriage, it's coming to an end. Yeah, something has come in. Something has come in that represents a new beginning, right? It's gonna take a lot of strength to get over this challenge of this Hierophant, this marriage, this commitment. And on the other side, there's Nine Pentacles. Somebody's here independent. This is about somebody becoming single for some of you. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your person. Maybe the person you're interested in is with someone. They're about to be single. Either way, it's about somebody becoming independent, standing on their own 2 feet, and having everything they need, right? Only thing that's missing is that pentacle to make a Ten of Pentacles, and it's here. So everything's kind of coming together, right? The Ace of Pentacles is on its way in. The Nine of Pentacles, if someone can get to that stage, they can bring together the circumstances to create a Ten of Pentacles quickly, actually, right? All right, what's in someone's ego? What's happening inside someone? And more major arcana, the Chariot. Oh my goodness. Right? That impetus I talked about, yeah, the boulder gets pushed out of the way, right? Someone can go, someone can move. This is a card of determination, right? Maybe you get into the Chariot and you use it to like push the boulder out of the way. Someone's determined to change their circumstances, right? Someone's determined to change their circumstances. For some of you, someone is in a very bad situation, right? This Hierophant, it's almost coming up like the devil in a way, right? Whoever that commitment is very toxic, and someone's determined to get out with it. Wow. All right, what's in someone's environment? What did I just talk about? The Ten of Pentacles. right? So for a lot of you, right, I think this is what has been representing the Ten of Pentacles to someone, right? That stability that they're going to have to leave behind, right? That they don't want to leave behind. But as they're leaving, as all these changes are happening, a real Ten of Pentacles is actually moving in around them. So both energies are there, I think. That kind of fugazi Ten of Cups, right? Yeah. There's kind of a phony Ten of Pentacles what was tied to that, right? Someone's vision is clearing up on all this, right? They're letting go of the fake one and they can see the real one more clearly, right? Okay, wow. All right, what's someone's hopes and fears? Yeah, not so. This card has been consistent. I think it showed up in most of the sign readings. I haven't pulled the last three yet, but I think in everyone I've pulled the zodiac sign readings, it showed up. It was in the weekly reading, I think. It was in the monthly reading for February as well. This has been, I think, the most important card. It's what can derail everything, right? Nine of Swords. The nine represents an ending, right? Nines are the end in tarot, right? Tens are where the loose ends get tied up, right? So it's a difficult ending, and somebody is very distressed. It's a card of, it's called a nightmare card, right? So someone is struggling, I think, with their thoughts. I think negative thoughts are threatening to take over. And even with all of this major arcana, this card can derail everything. It's something I harp on. The world is here, strength is here, the wheel of fortune is here, the chariot is here, right? All of those cards can't overpower somebody's free will. A person has to act and choose, right? A person has to engage with that energy and choose a choice of action, right? So this Nine of Swords is important, right? What's the potential final outcome? The Fool, that new beginning, right? That new beginning. The world, the cycle is closing, and someone can take that leap of faith. It's all right here. It's all right here, right? Someone takes the leap of faith, I think, right? They have to get over this Nine of Swords first, right? They have to get over this Nine of Swords. So that's the weekly reading. I don't think I have to clarify this. All these major arcana are clear, right? They're clear. The only problem card is this Nine of Swords, right? This is just about somebody getting into the right mindset. It's going to be different for different people. I think for many of you, remember I said that someone's looking back at the way they were emotionally manipulated? For some of you, it's going to be dwelling on that too much, right? It's going to be dwelling on that too much. Remember that Two of Pentacles that showed up as well? I think there may be a lot of logistical issues, like a lot to juggle, and somebody might feel overwhelmed, and it's contributing here as well, right? But just try and focus on what's going right, because what's here clearly is that much more is going right than is going wrong, right? So just focus and put your energy into what's going well, and when the time comes, you'll be prepared to take this leap of faith here with the Fool and start a brand new cycle at a higher level. Yeah. And this all started with that Hangman, right? So if you're not quite at this place yet, you still have a bit more time to do some of that Hangman and that Hermit work, right? But the energy is here. The energy is here for this change. The Wheel of Fortune is right in the middle of the reading, right? It's right in the middle of the reading. So I guess this is the time to wish everyone good luck, right? The moment is upon us, right? When we have to decide, are we going to take the leap of faith or won't we? This is what's here. Nine of Swords. Will I or won't I? Yeah, so I think strength is the most important card here because there is some kind of large obstacle to overcome. It hasn't come through clearly what that is. I don't think it can. This is a general reading, right? It's going to be different for different people, right? So figure out what that thing is that's holding you back, right? And use all your strength to push that boulder out of the way, right? Clear the path, right? So I guess this is the time to wish everyone good luck, to say congratulations for getting this far, and good luck, finding the courage to take this leap of faith. The major arcana is here to support you. It says everything is going to go well, right? Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. I mean, that's the progression, right? And it's going to happen very quickly. But you have to take a leap of faith. It's going to take a risk of some kind. I don't know what that is. It's going to be different for different people, right? So use your discernment, right? Think things through. Don't be reckless or careless, right? Make sure what you're doing makes sense, right? Don't just leap for the sake of leaping, right? Think things through, but not too much. Not in this Nine of Swords energy, right? Not in that nightmare energy. You have to find a bit more of a peaceful place, right? A more peaceful mindset, right? So that's the reading. Thanks so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'm new to the platform. I just appreciate you being here and watching. Thanks for sticking with the reading all the way through to the end. That's the message, and I'll be back soon with more. Thanks a lot.